Good evening, everyone, and dear most welcome guests. I'm tonight's third speaker. My name is Kevin Tseng, and I'm going to talk about challenge tonight. What do you think about the term challenge? What is challenge? What is the most harsh challenge in your life? In this summer vacation of me, I abandoned my original project, which is going to US Stanford University for extra 3 credits. Rather, I participated in this company, which is a Dutch company, sells orchids. I submit my application to many companies, but this company picked me and said, okay, we'll take you as our intern. I was very excited. I dragged the list, but not with this coat, and walked into the gate of the company. I am super confident of myself. However, when I really got into my position, my facial expression became like this. Wow. Yes, I frozen. I was astonished. Why? Because my supervisor, the finance director, she told me to do a lot of things I haven't ever met or learned before. Yes, I'm a student. I am a student from political science in my college time, and now I'm a student of the Graduate Institute of National Development. But the first task I get is to do this figure, the forms of the sales performance of the whole company. I haven't learned anything about statistics and finance before. And not even then, I have to do about the budget. Sorry, I don't know anything about the budget. Actually, I have to write the reason of why we should use the budget to the headquarters in Dutch. Then I got a test. He told me to translate the email between the Dutch quarter to the Taiwan's company. And final, I have to learn about the labor law of Taiwan, because the company of the Dume Orange wants one small man in Taiwan to get a position because they want to conquer the Taiwan's orchid market. Wow, a lot of things to learn. A lot of things I have ever not learned before. My expression became stone, and my supervisor was like this. Yet I get my position, I get my personal computer. I sit in my seat, and my supervisor was looking at me like this, just like this. I had to report the progression of every of my tasks, from beginning to the end, every day or even every hour. It is the truth about the foreign company, a company which comes from Dutch and wants to conquer Taiwan. And by the way, I have to introduce my supervisor, and who is a female. Yes, she's a woman. She married. She's a Taiwanese. She has a very fluent English and Japanese, and she's just 36 years old, but 300,000 NT dollars as salary per month. Just 11 years older than me. And all my colleagues look at me like I'm just like a sheep which run into the field with all the coyotes. I feel like I'm the worst person in the office. I feel like I have no confidence to me. But all in all, my thoughts became like this, and but the reality in the other side. For the student and to the employee, is just a difficult and harsh point to turn. It is a challenge for me to be an intern as a foreign company, to be an assistant of finance director. This is my challenge. Well, as I mentioned before, I'm a very dedicated person and I don't like to lose. So I try very hard. So I try very hard to understand what the challenge is. Okay, I don't know about the law, so I use my leisure time at night to study the law of labor. I don't know about the budget, so I was going to ask the finance manager about all the information. I don't know about human resource. I download all the company's report in order to understand it. I don't know how to translate, so I just copy all the emails from the headquarters toward this company in order to know how the businessman to use English. Then I had to document all my doing in order to report to my supervisor. And all the efforts in the end, it made me feel like, okay, I am progressive, but I'm not in the standard of what they need. I feel very distressed. I feel very disappointed. I feel like I'm nothing. And at the end of the week, at the end of my internship, my supervisor asked me to host orientation. I do a lot of efforts. This is another challenge, but I failed it. The transport at that day was a mess, and my time control was a mess too. Then in the last day, the finance director and the director manager, 总经理, tell me to get into their office. They want me to report what I do as an intern and estimate what my effort to bring good to the company. I stay in the office with no feelings, and I see the director manager and the finance director over there, poker face. I started my report as PowerPoint, and in the end, all that have no talks. I stay in here, I think, okay, this is the end. But the finance director opened her mouth. Okay, Kevin, we know that you are inexperienced of everything. You are not the person of finance, but you done very good. We like you because you progressive from 0 to here in just this small amount of time. You did very good in every aspect, even though you are not in the standard. We admire your courage and your improvement. Kevin, if you are available, in the future, we want you to as one of our employees. And that time, I finally got it. I just wanted to cry. That reminds me about my mother was saying, the challenge is the thing that awaits you to conquer and to be familiar with. The challenge is not the thing going to beat you down on the ground. The challenge is the thing you need to cross over, you won't be too familiar with. And this is my challenge. This is my challenge of my summer vacation. And this is how I conquer my challenge and also dedicate of you tonight. Taskmaster of the evening.